Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. You might be wondering, what are you doing with this? Why do you think you should have a channel? Well, in this chit chat get ready with me, I'm gonna explain that to you, slowly but surely. And if you can hear my music, sorry, I work best with music. So today, this is just to get to know me, so no pressure, right? I've already washed and moisturized my face, even plucked my eyebrows so I didn't look like a woolly booger. And I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite primer of all time, the Too Faced Peach Perfect Primer. Works great for my very oily skin. I use quite a bit of primer, but that's because I have very enlarged pores and, like I said, very oily skin. So I'm going to massage that into my skin. I've been watching YouTube a year, 2 years, watching makeup gurus and influencers, and I've just been really drawn to this medium of expression, and I decided that I wanted to make my own channel, but I didn't know what direction I wanted to go with it. Just mashing that primer in, making sure that it's nice and sunk into the skin. But anyway, I decided that I wanted to contribute to the YouTube community. And a lot of people may be asking, well, why did you think you should do that? Well, I enjoy helping people be the best version of themselves that they can be, whether that's at my full-time job in retail or being a shoulder to cry on for my friends. And to be quite honest, it's something that scares the crap out of me. Recording, being in front of a camera, scares the mess out of me because I have anxiety, I have depression. Those are things I deal with every single day. Some days I stay in bed all day. Other days I've got tons of energy and I want to do this and I want to do that. Today's one of the energy days, so kudos. I want to encourage people like myself who have confidence issues. I want to let people like that know you're okay the way you are. You don't have to make any changes, or you can make lots of changes. However you want to do it, whatever makes you feel best. There is no right or wrong when it comes to feeling the best about yourself. That's the point of my channel. And I'm going to do my eyebrows while my primer is continuing to sink into my skin. And I use the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in medium. As you can see, it is very well loved. One of my faves. And I may not do my eyebrows like everybody else. You do you, I'll do me. We're all right. So I'm gonna go in, make these eyebrows look less horrible. Something I was asked recently was, why do you want to do YouTube? Like, what draws you to it? Because it makes me feel more unique, but on the flip side, it also makes me feel like, okay, cool, people go through what I go through. I'm not a weirdo. Kind of two sides of the same coin. Yes, I feel like an individual. I also don't feel like the oddball out. Everybody's got thoughts. So a lot of people say, you know, oh, you're crazy, or oh, you're just looking for attention. Not really. Just looking to make people feel better about themselves, because I was never really encouraged to feel good about myself. I mean, my parents encouraged me. My parents were very encouraging, and as I've gotten to know people of my own age group and of my generation, and my parents were more encouraging than most, so kudos to them. You guys tell me a little bit about yourselves. Try to be positive. I'm not gonna put up with anything really super crazy negative. While I understand that negative YouTube comments are a given, I don't have to put up with them if I don't want to, and I don't. There's no need to add negativity to the world. Be positive, be encouraging, be uplifting. It's what we all need in our lives, especially this day and age. So, a little bit more about me in general. I'm a Southerner. I live in Louisiana, born and raised in Louisiana. No, I don't live in New Orleans. No, I don't live in Baton Rouge. No, I don't live in Shreveport. There's a lot more to the state than those 3 cities. I don't live anywhere near any of those areas, actually. I'm not your average 25-year-old. Do my own thing. My husband and I are quite happy with our lifestyle. We don't really need a lot of extras. I also have been married for 8 years, and if I'm 25, and I've been married for 8 years, you guys can do the math. Yes, I did get married very young. No, I don't have any children. No, I wasn't pregnant when I got married. To be quite honest with you, I don't want kids. I have an older sister, and I have 2 older stepsisters. I used the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in medium. I used the gel part and the powder part for my eyebrows because I keep my hair a reddish color. You can't really tell because it's time for a touch-up, but I keep my hair a reddish color majority of the time. Suits my skin tone, runs in my family. Naturally, when I was younger, I was a blonde, like platinum blonde, super, super bright. I don't get as much sun as I used to when I was a kid, so I'm not that bright with my natural hair color anymore. It's kind of a dishwater, dirty blonde, kind of light brunette, and that is what it is. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world for me. So I'm going to use, and you guys are probably gonna think this is weird, but I'm gonna use the Ulta Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Cool as my eyeshadow primer, because while it's not the greatest concealer for me, it tends to kind of cake up a little bit on me. Does absolute freaking wonders for my eyeshadow. Doesn't budge, stays brilliant and bright, and looks as fresh as when I put it on all day. It's amazing. Get you some of this. It's really cheap too. It's like $6, $7. I'll link it below. And yes, I do one eye at a time, and I'm just gonna blend it out with a small foundation style brush. Just if nobody that I know uses brushes like this for their foundation, so. But this is how I'm gonna blend it. Just get it all over my eyelid. Pat that in with my finger to make sure it's nice and even. It does wonders for me. Color correct, gives my eyeshadow a nice base. It also works really well to help carve out that eyebrow once I've gotten it the shape that I want. And again, I'm just gonna go in and pat it down with my finger just to make sure that everything's nice and smooth and even. And it does dry down a pretty soft finish. It doesn't stay sticky. Yeah, that feels almost powdery just because it's what I do on my everyday. I'm going to take some Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Translucent Color Correcting Powder, and I'm going to set my eyelid with it. Like I said, it's what I usually do, just like that. So I was going to ask you guys a question, and then my camera turned itself off. So what colors do you like during the summer? I mean, I've got some flowers back here, but what colors do you enjoy to use in your makeup during the summer? Like, do you like to stick with traditional summer colors that are bright, vivid, and, you know, nice and warm? Or do you like fall colors? Do you like cool tones? Do you like neutrals? Do you not even know what I'm talking about and you're just like, I don't know, I use makeup? I do that sometimes too. I'm going to be going into my Shaaanxo, the Remix palette. It is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. She is one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, so you guys should check this out. Get this palette, it's worth it, because you've got this, which is the original eyeshadows, and they are great colors. And then on the other side, she's got these great extra shadows that just give you, like, you can do so many looks with this palette. It's like my go-to travel palette when I have to go out of town or when I have to go house sit, dog sit, whatever. This comes with me because it's small, fits in my makeup bag, gives me everything I need for every kind of look, and it has a great mirror in it too. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here, Clarity, just kind of as an all over to make sure everything is still set with that powder that I did originally. I'm gonna zoom you guys back in. There we go, yeah. Just gonna make sure that eyelid is nice and set, ready to go. So what kinds of activities do you enjoy other than makeup? Like, I really enjoy makeup, but I really enjoy lots of different things. I'm going into Buttercup for my crease color on a BH Studio Pro number 6 eye brush. And I'm just gonna work this into the crease nice and gently. Just going for something easy and neutral today. Warm, actually, but just easy. But yeah, I enjoy a myriad of different things, and I'll be including a lot of that on this channel because I just feel like there's not a lot of women on YouTube who do makeup who spend time talking about their PlayStation or their Xbox or their car. And there are so many women in the world who enjoy those types of things, who enjoy working on their vehicle, who enjoy playing video games. I'm gonna make sure Buttercup is in the crease and then up as a transition color as well. Not going too crazy today because I'm literally gonna be wearing this around the house doing chores. Who else here hates doing their laundry? God, it's a never-ending cycle. Alright, now I'm gonna go into the crease with the fluffy BH Pro number 5 brush, and I'm gonna go into the crease with Need You just to give it some definition. And yeah, there's some kickback in the pan. It's a little bit of a powdery eyeshadow, but it's so blendable. It's so easy to work with. Like, guys, this is my favorite eyeshadow palette. Go buy one. It's so cheap. It's always on sale. It's on sale on BH Cosmetics website. You can get it on sale on Ulta's website. You can go to XO Beauty and get it. Like, all the options. Fluff this into the crease. Like, look at how amazing that is. So great. So well blended. And it does not take much. You guys, make sure you knock off your excess when you're using this palette, because you can go overboard with some of these shades on accident and be like, now what do I do with this face? Let's talk about pets, because I have a lot of them. You've probably heard my dog Cooper barking in the background. I apologize. He does that. He's a dog. But what kind of pets do you guys have? I have 3 cats and 2 dogs. I have Cooper and Pudge. Pudge is my husband's dog, but he's our dog. And I also have Baby, fluffy white, beautiful cat that I got from my grandmother when she passed away. I have Kiwi, a black and white tuxedo tabby who is fat and loves to eat and loves to sleep. And that's about it. And then I have Starbuck. She is just a standard American tabby. She is one of my only rescues. I hope to have more rescues in the future. Cooper isn't really a rescue. A friend of mine was moving and they couldn't take him with him, so I said, sure, I'll take your puppy. Going back onto this side, going into terracotta. And that's the beautiful thing about this palette is you can go back and forth on each side. Got a mirror on both sides. You get the colors. It is one of my favorite palettes on this planet. I will be repurchasing it when I run out, which I hope is not soon, because I will be sad when I run out of this palette. But going into terracotta, I'm just going into the outer V, kind of bringing it into the crease a little bit on the lid, that outer portion. Like I said, I'm going to be doing chores around the house with this on, so it's not like I have to be a total glam diva, you know what I mean? Love it. And this is a BH Cosmetics fluffy eye brush from their 8 or 10 piece polka dot set that you can get on their website. If you can't tell, I love BH Cosmetics eye brushes. Went ahead and finished up my other eye while my camera was cooling down because it keeps turning itself off because it's hot. I am in Louisiana. It gets hot. Let's see, what's today's weather gonna look like? All right, today it's 97 degrees, feels like 107 with 43% humidity in my area. You guys, it's hot. Can it be fall, please? I want fall colors and hot cocoa and lattes and not look like a weirdo for drinking a hot coffee in the middle of a bookstore. Gimme, gimme, like all day long. What should I put on my lid, you guys? I don't know. I'm gonna go with, since I'm just gonna be wearing this around the house, I'm gonna go with avocado. It's this beautiful duochrome, and you guys, I like to use my fingertip to when I put shimmers on. I just feel like the payoff's better. Just me. I'm gonna pat this all over the lid. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Like I said, love this palette so much. It's my favorite. Won't ever not be my favorite. So now that I have that on, I'm just gonna take the brush that I used with terracotta, not adding any more product. I'm just gonna kind of blend that outer crease just to make sure everything's nice and blended in. Just when in doubt, blend. And I'm gonna use Holy Grail on my inner corner. Now what I like to use for inner corner is the e.l.f. crease brush. This little dude, like, look at him. He's little, he's great. Do this motion right here. Like, look at that. Hello. Hi, how you doing? So what are some of your favorite YouTubers? Like, who are some of your favorite people to watch? The very first person I watched, and I will link them down below because they are so amazing, so wonderful, and just so inspiring for me, is this beautiful, lovely lady named Cassie. And her channel is called Thrift Thick, and I'm going to link it down below for you guys. She's amazing. She's so inspiring and just so encouraging, and I love her. She's great. You guys go check her out. I also watched Shaaanxo, who did this palette. She's amazing too, super inspiring for me. One of those people that helps me not feel so crazy in life. I'm gonna take some of that Holy Grail, do my brow bone with the same brush. Because why the F not, right? And yeah, I know, it's annoying. Have to go around a piercing like that. Love my eyebrow ring though. Love it. One of the best decisions I ever made. Same with my lip ring. Eyeshadow is done. I might dust something under the lower lash line once I've got everything on my face. For now, we gonna call it done. Gonna put my eyeliner on, and I've been really enjoying just doing my lower lash line, like doing my waterline for eyeliner, because I don't know, it works for me. I'm using the Jordanna 24-hour made to last liquid eyeliner pencil, and this stuff doesn't budge, and it's like $2. Well worth the investment. Like, I so totally love this stuff. I need to sharpen it. Kind of like always have to sharpen this bad boy. But see, I love the way that looks. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my camera turning off again, I know I shouldn't tug on my eye to put my eyeliner on. But you know what? I can't do it any other way or it gets everywhere and I stab myself. So yes, I know I'm giving myself wrinkles. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna be doing my mascara. I use the Ulta Beauty Maximum Lashes first. I use 2 mascaras, don't judge a girl. I really love the wand on this. Very separating, very lengthening, and I need a lot of that before I go in with a volumizing mascara. Yeah, this is what I need to start out with. And I don't curl my lashes. I don't wear falsies. Number one, I don't really know how to wear falsies. They scare the crap out of me. I'm deathly afraid that I'm just gonna like glue my eyelids shut forever. I mean, I know that'll never really happen. You can get the glue off, but still. It scares me, so I'm good. Maybe one day my friend, who is a makeup artist, who is lovely and beautiful, hi Dino, maybe she'll teach me one day. Because I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to try without professional guidance. That's just one coat with that mascara. Like, guys, look at how good it makes my lashes look. I love it. Super separating, it doesn't clump. I say as I work a clump out. It does really, really good for my lashes. So I'm gonna go back in, do the other side, and I will do my lower lash line once I've completed my face makeup, because I've noticed if I do my lower lash line first and then do concealer and all that, it kind of gets everywhere. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I could be, but I love this mascara. And I've talked to several people, and they've told me, oh, I just don't know how I feel about using Ulta brand. You know, I don't know how I feel using stuff like that. And I mean, I can appreciate that. Here's a fun fact about Ulta's brand. They're cruelty-free. They're not super inexpensive. Some of their products can be very pricey, but very good quality. You never have to worry about anything being poor quality. Everything that I've ever used that was Ulta brand, even if it didn't work for what it was supposed to work, like that concealer, it's the best eyeshadow primer I've ever used. And that's saying something. I've used a lot of eyeshadow primers. It's my favorite. Super cheap, and when you use it like that, it goes a super long way. But yeah, that's just one coat with the Ulta Beauty Maximum Lash Defining and Lengthening Mascara. Pink tube. It's the bomb. Another beautiful thing about Ulta mascaras, or Ulta products, is they're always on sale. Like buy two, get two, buy one, get one 50% off, you know, this, that, or the other. Just, they're always on sale, and you can't beat a good sale. At least I can't, because I am not made of money. And when I splurge, I gotta do it wisely. Use those Ulta points. All right, I'm swapping to the Limitless Lash, which is lengthening and volumizing by Ulta Beauty. There you go. Went ahead and put on my mascara, and as you can see, nice and volumized. I did get a little bit on my eyelids, but I'm not going out in public today, so hair's not going to be done, so I'm not going to clean up the eyes. I can show you how to do that in another video. Today, foundation-wise, I'm going to be using the LA ProMatte High Definition Long Wear Matte Foundation, and I've tried it before in the lightest shade Ivory, way too light, so I'm going to try it in their second lightest shade Bisque, and we'll see if this is a total disaster or not, because I'm fair, but I'm not super fair, and my face can go from having a neutral undertone to a peachy undertone to a rosy undertone. You can see I do have some redness, so let's see. Just gonna pump some of this on the back of my hand. One pump ought to do for now. It does look a little yellow. Looks kind of yellow. Let's blend it out. I'm using the LA Girls blending sponge. Super soft and squishy. I've never used this before. I just got it in the mail today. But it's softer than my e.l.f. sponge that I've been using. And I also have a Flower Beauty sponge, which is filthy. This is not wet, by the way. This one's dry. Love the Flower Beauty sponge, and this feels very similar. It's blending out really well, which I mean, so did the Ivory shade. Doesn't look too dark, so that's good. I'm gonna scoop up the rest of that off the back of my hand with the sponge and go in on this side. You may be wondering, oh, why didn't you try a brush on the other side? Applying foundation with a brush for me doesn't work very well. I have textured skin. When you use a brush, when you have textured skin, it tends to emphasize that texture. I'm really enjoying this foundation. It looks pretty good. I'm not getting the coverage that I want. I can still see some redness. Probably can't see it on camera. I'm still seeing some redness, so what I'm gonna do is squirt just a few little drops on my sponge and build it up. It's probably like a half pump, maybe a third of a pump, but it blends really well. I'm gonna do a couple more drops. Again, half a pump, third of a pump, something like that. I'm gonna blend it down my neck. Some people don't have to blend down their neck. They can just make sure that there's no foundation line, but I have acne scarring. Pretty bad acne scarring, and I still have acne because of my hormonal imbalance. Yay. Okay, now the further down my neck I go, it does look a little bit darker. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. Here to here, it's a little bit darker. I may end up blending a little bit of Ivory in it next time. I like it so far. And again, I'm using the shade Bisque by itself, but I'll probably blend some Ivory in. I'm just gonna blend some on my forehead. Here's the real test for me, is my forehead, because I do have texture. I do have some acne scarring and some chickenpox scarring. Who has never had the chickenpox? If you haven't, that's amazing. I got it when I was in the 4th grade from a kid who probably shouldn't have been at school that day, but he was, so it happened. But at least you can only get it once, right? I'm liking this coverage. I want to build it up a little bit more, but I don't know. Ooh. Threw my sponge on my chest. I think it does the Fenty thing. I think it goes on lighter and then dries down. It's not oxidizing, because it does seem to stay one shade once it's dried down. But can you guys see how much lighter and how much more yellow that looks when it's wet versus when it's dried down? I mean, that could just be my personal experience. And no, this isn't do your makeup with the wrong hand challenge. I do my makeup with my left and my right hand. It's just how I do my makeup. Well, I like the way this looks because I am going to use concealer that I've never used before. I'm going to be using the Born This Way Conceal, Contour, Highlight, Retouch Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It's got that giant doe foot applicator that's become so popular. But this comes with way more in the bottle than Tarte Shape Tape. This comes with 15 ml, which is 0.5 fluid ounces. That's half of what you get in a standard foundation bottle, so that's a lot of product. I'm just gonna put a little bit like that. And all of their shades do have a little bit of a yellow undertone, but in my opinion that helps cancel out dark circles, so I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna blend it right in. Oh god, that feels like heaven. Like, that is so nice. And yeah, it's a little expensive. I'll have to look at my receipt, but I think it's over 20. I'll link it down below, but that's nice. Now let's see how it creases on me, because I have creasy under eyes. You know, I think I'm gonna use a little bit up my nose. Not up my nose. I'm not snorting. Oh my gosh. I just unscrewed the top off my foundation, you guys. It's been one of those days. I think I'm gonna use a little bit on my nose, a little bit, and a little bit on my forehead. But I am gonna try to set this before my camera turns off again with the Fit Me Loose powder by Maybelline in Fair Light. Oh guys, whoa, that looks good. That looks amazing. Oh my god. I'm gonna set my forehead the same way since I used concealer on my forehead. Same powder. And I set it with my sponge because it helps really lock in your makeup. When you're greasy like me, you need all the help you can get. Look at how smooth that is. That's amazing. I'm gonna do the same on my nose. Like, my skin looks nice and smooth. I have an eyelash in my eye. This looks so good, and that's hard to do. Trust me. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face, and I am gonna set it with my sponge and the Fit Me powder. It's just how I do it. It helps my skin not get as oily throughout the day. I've also found that it makes my foundation look more full coverage than it is. Like, the powder gives some coverage back to that. And you may think, oh, that's so much powder. Not really. You probably use this much when you're using a brush. Fling most of it around off your face, whereas this is getting deposited directly on my face and pressed into my skin. A little bit of redness coming through on this side. It's probably just because I'm warm, and I usually bring my concealer further down. But like I said, I'm not going out of the house today. This is just you and me getting to know each other a little bit better. I'm gonna take a big fluffy face brush from Wet n Wild. It is dirty, my bad y'all. And kind of press this powder into my lower jaw and down my neck just to make sure everything's nice and set. But yeah, you guys see some of my scarring and some of my acne. Usually I'd cover that up with concealer. You know what? This is supposed to be a retouch product, like multi-use. So let's see how it looks over powder. I know this is a total no-no in the makeup world, but we're gonna try it, okay? My acne scarring and my acne. Guys, that actually doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look cakey, doesn't look heavy, definitely full coverage. Like, that's really good. It is a little too dark for my neck, but my neck is super white, like super white. But my arms, not as super white. Okay, Too Faced, I'm officially impressed. I'm gonna repowder. I think my base looks really good. Like, I think that's exceptional. Tap the rest of my powder back in there. And what I do when I have a little bit of excess in my lid, because I use my lid to catch my powder, so just swirl it on my brush and pat it in. Make sure everything has got powder on it. So I'm really digging this. I will go to this again. Alrighty. But I will definitely be mixing that LA Girl, the Bisque, and the Ivory. I'm going to be mixing those together. Okay, so I don't contour. I use bronzer, and I just kind of put it a little bit where contour goes, in my opinion, because I think I look weird when I try to sculpt my face out. I have a very round face. Like, it's long, but round. Go ahead and put my bronzer on the way I usually do. Because I used to not know what to do with bronzer, like, at all. And now I use it every day, and it's really important in my makeup routine. And I do bronze a little bit under my chin and under my jaw, because I have a double chin. This is a glowy blush. Can you guys see that sheen? I've been really into that lately. I don't know why, but it really works for me. Yeah, doesn't that look good? Just nice, soft, subtle. I don't like a lot of blush. I have a tendency to have a red face, but I'm liking that. I am gonna run a spoolie through my brows, knock out any of that powder or foundation that I may have accumulated. Oh yeah. Blush, bronzer, not gonna do highlight. Like I said, not going anywhere. And with that blush, I don't usually do highlight. I am gonna do a lip. And I got some new lipsticks in and I've been dying to try them. I am gonna try, if I can get the lid off, I'm gonna try. Okay, so my camera turned off again, but I went ahead and put on the Crimson Crush, which I think looks really good with this eye look. I probably would lip line with it in the future. It's not super messy, but because of how I applied it this time, it was a little messy. Gonna skip highlight, yeah. I do need to do my lower lash line mascara, and I'm gonna skip putting any eyeshadow down there. I'm not gonna really do anything extra. This was fun. You know, I'd love to get to know you guys better. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And just making sure this is all nice and blended and smooth.
Incoming message.
My phone is ringing. And I am going to set my face, as I always do. I use the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray in the matte finish. White tube, purple cap. Just gonna set my face, go about my day as usual. Got a lot of chores to do. I'm really enjoying my makeup. I'm gonna clean up my lip ring, my eyebrow ring. This was fun, but if you guys just enjoy these chit chats and want to get to know me more, let me know. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Be safe, be blessed, have a great day. Anyway, I'll link everything down below, including what I used today on my face, and see you next time. Bye.